SandySaysRead, and welcome to the channel. You guys might notice things are a little different, and I did test this out, and I've tried to fix the microphone and the pop screen so that it's not echoey. I've adjusted the levels, done all the things I know to do. If this is still making kind of an echoey sound, give me some advice. I'll look up, maybe I'll Google some ways to go about fixing this further if I need to fix it further. But I've tried, you guys, I have tried. I've got all the things off that need to be off so that we're not getting echo, but I still had this weird noise happening. It wasn't really an echo. It was more like the sound was dropping out while I was trying to do the test video for you guys. So if that is still happening, then maybe something is going wrong with this pop filter. My microphone is fine. I know it's fine because it's the microphone I've been using for all of these booktube videos. We'll see. We'll see what needs to be done. If there is still a strangeness to the audio, you guys are most welcome to give me feedback, to give me ideas, to give me recommendations on what to do next. Because you guys, the technical side of this is not my strong suit, okay? Okay, what we're doing here this evening is a January wrap-up. You know, way back in the day when I started this channel, I did have this equipment, but way back in the day when I started this channel, I did attempt to do like monthly wrap-ups and monthly like looking forward into what would be coming up in the coming months. And that went by the wayside. You guys know the story. I don't need to rehash it. But for now, I think I'm going to try to do some of these monthly wrap-ups just to kind of go over what were some of the cool things, some of the fun things that happened the previous month, because the positivity is good and we should be doing the positives. So we'll begin with what's on my list in my notes. We're going to start with the books, of course, because this is a booktube channel and the books are awesome. So I want to begin with books that we read. Books I read in January and brought to you. We'll start with A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. Now, I did not read all of this one in January. I cheated. I read most of this one in December and then like finished off just a tiny little bit on January 1st and then did the review, filmed the review for you guys on January 1st. So most of this I read in December, but I'm counting it in January so that I can put it on my Goodreads counter, because I'm doing the Goodreads challenge this year. I've never done that on Goodreads before, the yearly challenge that they do. This year, I've signed up and decided I'm going to challenge myself to read 36 books this year. I figured 3 books a month I could do. And yeah, I think we're going to blow that out of the water. Okay, there's that one. And you know, I think what I'll do for this video, I'll put the links to the reviews that are already up in the information box below. That way you guys don't have to go looking for them if you want to see what these books were about. Okay, the next one that we did in January was Fairfax and Glue, Volume 2 by Parker McCoy. This one is also reviewed for you guys here. Then the next one was Nightmare in Dragonland. This was a middle grade novel by Michael Edom. This one's already reviewed. I posted this review for you guys on Appreciate a Dragon Day on January 16th. Because of the dragons, of course. This is also part of my dragon reading challenge. I decided for 2024, I'm going to read a bunch of dragon stuff and bring you guys a bunch of dragon content because it's the year of the dragon and we should do that. The next dragon book that I have for you guys is Reckoning Day, a Garias Legal novel. I've read that one. It's by Stephen Shrewsbury. I read that one, but I read it on Kindle on my laptop, so I don't have the physical book to show you guys, but I've got that review already prepared for you guys, and that is coming during the Chinese New Year week. So that's coming very soon in February. Then the next book that we read in January was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This I enjoyed very much, and I read this one for the #1 in the clock reading challenge. This review and the clock reading challenge talk video, I should link those for you guys. That way you know more about the clock reading challenge. Then Trailer Park Parable by Tyler Zed. This one I pre-ordered, so it would be here on release day. And you guys, this took 2 hours to read. It was a really quick read. So if you guys wanted to pick this up, I mean, it's not very long. You can see quick, easy read, kind of suspenseful, actually. It's very memoir-like, but I will bring you this review shortly. I think I'll get this filmed this weekend. You can see I've got, like, the pages are dog-eared, and I've got notes in there for you guys. This one was very quick and easy, and I'll have that for you guys shortly. Then I also read I'm in Love with Mothman by Paige Lavoie. This one I picked up to have for some like February lovey-dovey content for Valentine's Day stuff. So this one I read when I got back from the Sunshine State Book Festival, because that's where I picked this up, and it was as quirky and bizarre as it looks. It's going to be a fun review to talk about, you guys. There is that one. And then the final book that I read and finished off just like last night was Mental Health and Suicide by Vince Hafley. This one is, Vince is a gentleman in the asphalt construction industry. So he's a colleague of mine. He has been on a mission to educate people in the construction industry, specifically in the asphalt construction industry, about the mental health struggles that so many of our colleagues and their employees have. The construction industry is like the second leading industry in suicides. It's frightening, and Vince is on a mission to curb that. So he got his doctorate just recently, and his doctorate thesis, he wrote this book based on his thesis. I can explain it better probably when I'm not as tired, and I will do that when I give you the review of this book. I will bring that shortly. Okay, that pile is going to fall over. Okay, so that is the stack of books that I completed in January. Now, I have begun So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. This one is a dragon book, and so I wanted to read it for dragon content, but I'm struggling with it, you guys. I'm just being honest here. I've read the first part, and I've just started part 2, and I'm struggling to stay with it, as you can tell, because I've read all these other books instead. I'm not enjoying it, and I need to settle down, suspend my disbelief, and dive into it. It's what I need to do, because the dragons seem very cool. And the concept of the dragon riders bonding with their dragon is very cool. And I need to just stop nitpicking in my brain at stuff and enjoy it. So I'm going to dive back into it. I'm going to give it another try. I'm not going to DNF it, because I want to read the dragons, and I want to bring you guys the information about the book for dragon content, for Year of the Dragon stuff. So I will dive back into it. We'll work on, and it's such a lovely cover, right? So I'll get back into it. Okay, that's the book stuff. Next on my list of January wrap-up is something kind of sad. Let's talk about the sad thing for a minute. You guys know I have chickens, right? I have cute, fluffy, adorable chickens in my backyard. And Clyde, my rooster, passed away in early January. One morning, I woke up without his song and was concerned, like, why don't I hear Clyde? What's going on? And he had passed. He had fallen off of the perch in the night. And I think without being too graphic, I think he broke his neck when he fell off the perch. And yeah, he passed. I refuse to believe that the hens pushed him off the perch. I refuse to believe that. I mean, I've got a couple of hens who are fussy, shall we say. They rule the roost. But I don't want to believe that they pushed him off of there, because that's violent. Anyway, Clyde is no longer with us, and that's very sad. I miss him, which is weird, but I do. Yeah, Just, it is what it is. I know it's bizarre to mourn a chicken, but there it is. I miss Clyde. Moving on from that sad topic. What else? Travel. Travel is on the list. In January, let's see, I went to Tampa for the National Pavement Expo. Then I went to Gainesville for the Sunshine State Book Festival. That was a good experience. Then I went to Orlando for the National Asphalt Pavement Association annual meeting. Those asphalt things are the day job, okay? Some of you might know I'm the editor for an asphalt magazine. That's the day job. I edit that thing. I've been doing that. We're at year 17 on that magazine. I used to edit a different asphalt magazine back in the day, so it's in my blood. So that was the travel that I did in January. Then let's see, goals and stuff. The last thing on the list is goals and stuff. At these meetings that I went to, especially the one in Orlando, Damon John from Shark Tank gave the keynote address at the national meeting. And he spoke about goals and setting goals and ways to meet your goals and be successful, right? And it kind of reiterated or reinforced the goal setting concept that had come up in this YouTube course that I had taken. I was taking a YouTube course while I was doing this traveling. But the coach in that YouTube course was telling us, set your goals. And I have a lot of information just percolating through my brain from that course and from these discussions that I've been having the past couple of weeks, and just all the information that's been coming at me on ways to take this channel more seriously, ways to grow this channel, ways to make this like a real business, something real, right? I mean, it's a hobby. I enjoy it. It's fun to talk about books. It's fun to do something after you've read the book, to then do something, to then talk about it, to bring it to the masses, all 300 of you. It's fun to then talk about the books with you guys, right? It's a fun thing. It's a hobby thing, but it can be part of the side hustle. It can be part of the book business that I do, that I'm in. And I should take that seriously. So there should be goals. Thumbs up for goals. Okay, you guys, this is the end of the video. This is it. I've got to figure out how to end this and bring it to you guys. Hopefully the sound worked better on this with those little modifications than the test did, because the test was just a little wacky. Things were dropping out. Please give me feedback, give me ideas, recommendations. If there's something about this setup that you're noticing that I need to fix, tell me. Let's get it fixed. I do have a ring light on the way. These big lamps that I have, they've got, the buffers on them, the filters on them, but it's still difficult. Thumbs up for working through it, setting goals, all the good stuff with books. Please subscribe to the channel. Please encourage your friends to subscribe to the channel too, because the book stuff here is usually pretty fun, random, quirky. It's good. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Let's figure out how to stop this thing. All right. Thanks.